let's start here. The most important vice presidential debate in U.S. history is officially in the books. Did you watch last night? J.D. Vance and Tim Walz both trying to score big points with voters without getting too aggressive with their attacks, with many labeling it the Midwestern nice debate. But things did get heated at times as both of these candidates went back and forth on issues like the economy, abortion rights, the Middle East, the 2020 election. NewsNation's Caitlin Becker is live in New York City with the highlights for us this morning. Caitlin, a long night for you. What was the mood inside after those cameras shut off last night?
You know, Markie, the Midwestern nice debate is kind of what the vibe was. I mean, there was no question that these two men were political adversaries on the stage last night, but the mood in the room wasn't really adversarial. They were very cordial, and it almost felt like a return to the type of politics we had maybe a decade ago. So that was a change of pace. Now, of course, the first question of the night was about the Middle East. There was no surprise there, considering everything that had happened earlier that day in Israel. And both sides really used Iran's missile campaign as a way to hit at their opponents' foreign policy opinions. Now, that, of course, has been a major issue on the campaign trail, and we expect that to just keep on ramping up.
Republican vice presidential nominee Senator J.D. Vance and his opponent, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, facing off for the first time, both reacting to the escalating tensions in the Middle East, pinning the blame on their opponent's nominee.
Iran, which launched this attack, has received over $100 billion in unfrozen assets thanks to the Kamala Harris administration.
Iran is closer to a nuclear weapon than they were before because of Donald Trump's fickle leadership.
Both VP hopefuls addressed the deadly hurricane in the Southeast, and they sparred on hot-button issues including immigration, health care, and of course the economy.
We'll just ask the wealthiest to pay their fair share. When you do that, our system works best, more people are participating in it, and folks have the things that they need.
And what she's actually done instead is drive the cost of food higher by 25%, drive the cost of housing higher by about 60%.
The two tickets are split on abortion rights, and that's an issue Democrats see as critical to mobilizing women and winning over crucial swing voters.
The proper way to handle this, as messy as democracy sometimes is to let voters make these decisions, let the individual states make their abortion policy.
That's not how this works. This is basic human right. We have seen maternal mortality skyrocket in Texas, outpacing many other countries in the world.
And we knew it was coming. Walz addressed those unsubstantiated claims by Vance about Haitian immigrants eating pets in Springfield, Ohio.
And the consequences in Springfield were the governor had to send state law enforcement to escort kindergartners to school.
And then there's this tense moment when Walz brought up the January 6th Capitol breach.
Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
That is a damning non-answer.
And we also saw some rare moments of civility. Both candidates shaking hands, introducing their wives, and actually talking with one another after the debate.
You know, Markie, J.D. Vance actually told Tim Walz that he would have his best wishes and help if he becomes the VP. So some really nice civility in there. But what matters is whether or not this moves the needle for voters, particularly those swing voters in swing states. And that is something we're going to have to wait until November to see, Markie.
All right, Caitlin Becker, thank you so much. And now
thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.